unfortunately, we're coming to you not as the happiest sports fans tonight. As you all know, this is a New York-centric show, and as of recording, we just got through watching the draft lottery, so now we know where all the ping pongs fell. We know where each team is slotted, and as of right now, as expected, the New York Knicks, not happy campers. With that ninth spot, we're pretty much going to look forward to another mediocre night on draft night, and we'll get into that, but this is episode 2 of the Scorers Table. On my left, we have
G, I'm here.
On my right,
J.O.
and I'm Frank, and let's talk about it a little bit. So with the draft lottery, it pretty much went chalk, but we did have a little bit of a shakeup at the top in the top 3, which you usually expect maybe one team to jump up in the lottery. Tonight it was the Kings. I think they pushed Atlanta out.
Yep.
Yeah, Kings got number 2. So we'll see who they go with. As far as the Knicks go, and we'll just, we'll prognosticate a little bit. It's not going to be as fun as if maybe we could ended up with DeAndre Ayton or Luka Doncic. But what do you guys think about, I'll start with you, Jordan. What do you guys think about the Knicks at number 9?
I mean, what players there that we can get,
They've been talking about probably Mikal Bridges, Miles Bridges, one of the 2 Bridges boys.
I like the Bridges.
I mean, one of them you can use. I mean,
we need a wing player.
Absolutely.
Knicks do need a wing player. That's something that we do need. But I think Mikal Bridges would probably be the best player for us, or even the kid from Michigan State.
Yeah, Miles Bridges.
Yeah,
Miles Bridges.
The other brother, yeah.
Miles Bridges. So I mean, usually at that point in the pool,
You just gotta pick the best player.
you're going for best. You're going for best talent
I
available.
mean, last year there was, Utah Jazz got Donovan Mitchell at 13. So
Right.
This is true.
Right. Yeah.
But I gotta cut you off.
Go ahead.
You're saying he did that, but I gotta start with the front office now. Do we have the right people in play in the front office that could find that diamond in the rough that we want, that you just sat there and related Donovan Mitchell to? Do we have that in our front office? Scott Perry, is he that brain that can do that? That's my question.
that's a good question, but we will find out this year, now won't we?
I think he is. I think he's done enough in other cities and other organizations.
Okay.
He's garnered a lot of respect. I think that he is a guy who has garnered enough goodwill and trust from the heads of other organizations. He's definitely, I would say he's definitely an upgrade over anything the Knicks have had.
Definitely
Probably
Phil Jackson.
in the past decade.
I take him over Phil Jackson anyway.
Well, I mean that's easy. That's easy. But even
Or even Isaiah Thomas.
You know
What?
Isaiah Thomas.
He gave us KP though. So the last decade.
But then we also got Frank.
Maybe by accident.
And Frank,
Maybe by accident, and the jury's out on Frank. The jury's out.
I'm glad you admitted that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad you admitted
The
that.
jury's out on Frank, but that's not a bad thing. We're just saying the jury's out on Frank. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll obviously as we get closer to the draft, we'll spend a little bit more time on each prospect. We'll do our homework now. Unfortunately, we're doing our homework maybe not at the head of the class, but somewhere where you can barely see the.
But that's why
reason
it's
his
always
hand.
been.
That's fine.
Our seat's been there for the last
We've been
few
there
years.
for a long time, so
We are like one of the laughing stocks of the NBA right now.
we're par for the course. We're par for the
Yeah,
course.
Paul. Paul 9, baby. Wow, we're recording.
I'm already recording you.
That's Brian Gumbel right there.
So as it stands right now, the Cavs are up on the Celtics at the half. By the time you all see this, we'll have an outcome. What do you guys see happening, whether or not it'll be tied up, or if the Celtics are up 2-0, how do you see the rest of the series playing out?
Well, me personally, I like the Celtics in 7. I just think that LeBron is going to make a push in the series, of course, especially when they get back to Cleveland. Even if they're down on 2, I think they still have the wherewithal to get 2 in Cleveland. So I do think it'll go 7 games, but I do like Boston. I think it's just their time. They have a better team. I think even with the young players, without the playoff experience, they're just playing so great. And you know me, I can always talk about Brad Stevens and just the job he's doing.
Oh, come on. You're talking about...
Once again, like
we're Knicks fans, but...
Brad Stevens is a genius, man.
He wants to talk about Brad
He's the
Stevens.
second coming up top.
What coach in the NBA is better than Brad Stevens right now with in-game adjustments? Look what he's doing right now with Terry Rozier.
I'll say it's
Brown, Tatum.
I say it's Pop, then Brad Stevens, right on you.
I mean, I said it last
And
week.
then Dwayne Casey.
I said it last week. I don't know how...
Dwayne Casey.
I don't know how you can
We'll talk about that later.
I don't know how you can put anybody ahead of Popovich until they have at least one championship.
You want to know why I can put somebody in front of
let's
Popovich?
get one
Because
championship. Yeah, that's
because it's 2018. That's why I can put somebody in front of
Well, last I checked, Popovich coached in 2018.
Yeah, he coached the team that's not playing
well,
right now.
Well, he coached a team
2018.
that was missing that.
But this is the
without
first year
doubt
they didn't get
best
this 50
player.
team, 50 all-win game. I mean, 51 team.
Oh, so
51 season.
Can we
Yeah,
admit
51
this?
season.
The first time that coach actually really had to play and coach players that wasn't all-stars? And what happened? He didn't win 50 games?
Well,
okay.
But you can't.
Okay.
You don't have an argument
Huh?
because the East and the West being two different, and as we know, the West has been the dominant conference since I can remember. Where would the Celtics have been in the West this year? That's the only way.
I can't wait for the
that you
pop
can
up
make
on
that.
that.
That's the only way you can make it.
4 to 6 seed. That's what Celtics.
Listen,
4 to 6.
what has Pop done without an all-star, man? What kind of proof do you tell me that Pop has done this great job of coaching when he's had multiple all-stars on his teams for the last how many years?
I mean, he's developed these players into great
Who did he
players.
develop?
Yeah.
I'll give you maybe Ginobili and Parker, but he didn't develop Tim Duncan.
He developed Kawhi.
Yeah, but how do you just gloss over? I'll give you maybe Ginobili and Parker.
And I'm only
Those are two
saying
of the best
maybe.
guards of the generation.
And I'll give you maybe only because
I'll give
they
you
were
them,
drafted,
but
they
them
were
aside,
drafted so low. It's not that they weren't good players
even more.
already.
That
They got
makes
drafted low because they weren't on anybody's board.
even more so. So he took two
That's a-
guys who were
And
on
he
the
didn't
scrap
take them.
pile.
The GM took them.
The Spurs organization.
Greg
is
Popovich
known
is the
for
president of the
developing-
team. He's the top guy
So
in
he
the
didn't
organization.
So he didn't work with anybody.
the-
Nobody could have brought those players. to Pop.
Popovich is the top man in the
Pop went overseas.
organization.
Pop went overseas. And
He
found
makes
out.
all the final decisions
Yep.
and he coaches them.
Y'all giving Pop too much credit.
He is the top guy. I'll say it again.
Give him Pop.
Greg Popovich is the top man in the organization, which means that he has to pick the players that are going to be on the team, and then he has the responsibility of taking. And most GMs don't have the responsibility of having to also coach up the guy that they take.
Yep.
In this case, Popovich had to do that, and he has championships.
I
on
mean, he had David
his
Robinson.
resume to
Oh my
He had
goodness.
Tim Duncan
Oh,
to show for
man.
it.
He has
To
he
show
had
for it.
Ginobili.
What do you mean?
So
he had
he
David
had- now he has
Robinson
Parker.
and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, but Tim Duncan was like what? Maybe like a
Who
rookie or
won
something.
championships without a star? I want you to. I mean,
That's a good question.
let's get rid of this. It's always Detroit 2004. Larry Brown. We gotta give it up for Larry Brown. He won a championship without a star.
I mean,
Name me another guy who won a championship
Jordan, please
without a
finish
star.
your thought on that Pistons team.
Please.
Because you had something to say right there.
because honestly, Chauncey Billups was no star.
Thank you.
That was my point. I just said Detroit aside.
Aside,
else?
but they
I
had
mean,
a star.
they had
a
the whole
star.
team other than Tayshaun Prince.
So then
back
you're making
then.
my point even more.
But come on.
If they won with a star, I was trying to give you something right there by saying, well, okay, there's one team that maybe won without a star. But if you're gonna tell me that they had a star,
No, this
then
is my
now
point. The whole-
name me one team
Pop
that's
hasn't
ever
won
without a
any
star.
titles
The whole
without a
2004
star on his
the whole
team.
2004
But
Pistons
here we
team,
go saying Pop's
Other than
the greatest
Tayshaun
thing
Prince
ever.
made the All-Star game. Remember, Rasheed Wallace was a star. You could put at that point, Rasheed Wallace was killing the game.
Y'all are all making my point. What
I'm
has
not-
Pop
I'm
done
not
without
making-
a star on his team?
I'm not making your point.
You're making my
Well,
point.
no one else.
He's
My
a
point
star.
is, no one has done anything without a
That's
star
what
on
I'm
the team,
saying. No one.
and neither has Brad Stevens as of May, whatever it is, 2018 right now.
Look
Has
look at his face.
How many?
What?
How many? What year did Brad Stevens win a
How many
championship?
games? How many games does he win with
I
these
mean,
dudes?
Games. Regular season games.
Exactly. I mean,
First round playoff.
Think about it.
Second
You gotta
round
think about
playoff.
it. Look what happened to Dwayne
Since when
Casey.
did those count?
Look at the Raptors. They
Right.
got bounced the second round. They had the most games in the East Coast.
He may be the
Most
coach
games.
of the year. Officially, he may be the coach of the year. Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, Dwayne
This is
Casey.
true.
I think they're. He's already a front
Yeah,
runner.
but now he's booted.
Now he's looking in the one ads.
And that's fine.
We'll probably
That's
see him
fine.
on TV during the NBA Finals.
But that's my point. Games prior to 16 wins in the NBA playoffs
I don't know.
do not hold weight.
I think Pop's a great guy. He even
They
fights
get
for
you
our
jobs.
causes, but I'm not saying that he is not.
I'm not putting Brad Stevens over Pop.
You
not
can't
right now.
yet.
I
The
have to
jury's
say,
out
as of
on
right now, 2018. I'm talking 2018 right now. Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA.
So we'll leave that one alone right
All
there.
right.
I'm not giving out lifetime awards.
We're gonna have to lifetime awards for 5 championships. That's a lifetime achievement
Yeah,
award.
what has he done
5
lately?
rings.
What has he done lately?
That's a what has Red
Lately.
Auerbach done lately?
Who's talking about Red Auerbach?
The point is,
Who's kicking cobwebs off of that one?
But I'm saying, even,
What are we
but that's my
talking
point.
about
If Greg Popovich retired today, he's already one of the greatest coaches of all time.
We're not
So
disputing
how
that.
can you take
We're
that
talking
away
about-
from him?
We're not talking about all time.
When he's
We're
still
talking about right
coaching?
now. We're talking about 2018.
So you tell me
Right
that
now, who would you rather have right
No.
now? Who would you rather have
If you're
right
gonna
now
tell
as a
me
coach right now?
Who's the best coach in the playoffs? Then I think it'd be easy this year.
Oh, that's not
Right now, then yeah, you have to say Brad Stevens. But that's taking.
There's 4 teams playing, man. I'm
Exa-
talking about in the
exactly.
NBA. I
Well,
think
once
in
you-
the NBA, I'm not shrinking.
Once
up.
you open the field, how can you do that? How can you
do that?
I mean,
he lost his 2 best players that are still playing.
We gotta
He's
move
still
on.
coaching.
we gotta move on.
Man.
That's probably a hot button topic.
Man, like I
For
said,
a good while,
Celtics
but-
in 7.
Celtics and 7.
Celtics in 7.
From the
I named my reasons.
with the great coach Brad Stevens,
That's right.
they might win in Game 7.
right.
There we go. Okay,
That's right.
now let's go out west.
That's right.
Let's go out west and talk about the Houston Rockets, Golden
State.
State Warriors. You want to make any bold predictions about Mike D'Antoni? Is he
How
second
great
best
he is?
coach of all time? Or
He's not even in the top 5.
right.
What are you talking about?
Well, he has the same amount of rings as Brad Stevens, but
That wasn't our good players.
I mean, so maybe Kyle Fitzsimmons was a great coach. Does anybody exactly? But we're not even recording now, so
You
this
kidding me?
doesn't even make
Like,
any
you
sense.
guys
now.
are like, are you serious? Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Scorers Table. If you like what you saw, like, comment, share it with your friends.
Subscribe.
Subscribe again.
Ask questions.
We want to hear your feedback. Again, this is Jo, this is Frank, and that's G. See you guys next week.